Well, howdy, friends and floor heads. It's quarter to midnight. Will today be the end of our Gothic tale? We are back for episode 10 of Echoes of Blood using the Shiver and Shiver Gothic RPG by Parable Games. If you missed the first 9 episodes, catch them on our Shiver Gothic YouTube playlist. Like I said, our doom clock is just past quarter to midnight. We've got 14 ticks before we reach midnight. If you've ever seen Shiver or played Shiver, you know we don't want to get there without closing things out. Chief Inspector Frederick Aberline is desperately is desperately looking for his wife. The Churchill boys are safe for now. 3 large wolves are running to the estate, followed by a bat-like creature with a 30-foot wingspan. So where are we and how did we get here? It is November 1888 in England. Our 4 characters are attending a getaway at a country estate of Lord and Lady Randolph Churchill in the Hampshire by Near Forest. In 2 days and 1 night, the estate is in full chaos. We wonder if Lusk's death is also the death of the Whitechapel butcher. And will it matter once these beasts reach the estate? Let's play to find out. See you on the other side of the opening titles. Attention, brave viewers. This video features adults immersed in a spine-chilling horror RPG experience. The content likely includes supernatural elements, horror-related events, and potentially scenes of violence. Viewer discretion is advised. Enjoy. So we had quite an encounter to finish out episode 9. The Churchill boys and the nanny were under threat of Westbrook and some thrall minions. By the very swift action of really all 4 of you, we brought them all down, Harry being really the major factor, and actually the one who ended Westbrook. Harry looked out the window, saw the wolves, and this night gaunt creature flying towards the estate. But I want to cut to Dr. Charlotte. Dr. Charlotte, there's a lot of dead bodies in this room. So I need to invoke one of your abilities. Can you read it off? Gravedigger?
I sure can. So I have a need for parts. At the end of combat, I must make a smarts check of CR3. I'm also afraid. Or your compulsion to collect raw materials will take over, and I must try to collect from the dead, enemy, or allies. Any allies that witness this must make a fear check, CR2, or become afraid, and that's only if I fail. So let's go. Let's see what happens.
What exactly do you do with these parts?
So, what do you think?
Is it anything that will keep us alive against a swarm of wolves and a giant bat?
So this is a challenge rating 3 smarts check. You are at -1, right? Because you're afraid. So you still need 3 successes. Can we see 3 brains roll?
Oh, sure.
1 shy. All right. Before I have my friends make fear checks, I need to know what they're afraid of. So can you tell me what happens when you fail your gravedigger check?
Oh, for sure. So first, Charlotte's standing there assessing. First, I'm standing there assessing the battlefield and look around. And there's maybe only Rosalind catches us, but something glazes over in her eyes, pulls out her bone saw, and with like no consideration, no human emotion, no doctor, someone that you wouldn't trust around your body, just walks over to one of the dead and just start hacking and sawing and grabbing things out of it. Like it's you saw, don't need this, toss it away.
And I think, for the three of you, you hear that soft flesh being cut into by this bone saw until she reaches bone, and then you hear the steel, serrated steel of the saw start cutting into the bone. Let's start with Elizabetta. You've got to do a fear check, CR2. So it's going to be a strange roll, and you need 2 successes. All right, I'm going to come back. That's 1 6. That's right, because I forget the star. You need on the talent die, a star is not. So you need to move to afraid on your fear status. Harry, CR2, please.
All right, and this is a strange check, yes?
This is a strange check for fear, yeah.
So I have minor advantage on fear checks unless we classify Dr. Charlotte as a monster.
We do not,
no,
though she's maybe acting like one.
All right, fair enough.
All right, you also are now afraid, but you picked up a luck if you haven't won banked yet.
Hooray. Now,
I want to think a little bit here about Lady Rosalind, because I think I'm going to give you advantage here, only because the blood and the gore isn't quite, I think, as horrific for Lady Rosalind as it might be for Harry and Elizabetta. So go ahead and, add 1 die on your fear check if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Very nice.
I think that's the first fear check Lady Rosalind has made.
I do believe so, yes. It's not the first time I've seen this.
All right.
Do we pick up the doom clock by because we failed?
Oh, that's correct.
Naomi, what are you doing?
Naomi,
shut up.
The best player that's ever been.
Naomi.
Yeah, that's 2 ticks on the doom clock. All right, I need some fiction here. I want to start with Elizabetta. You stand there and you see you see Dr. Charlotte go into like this white shark frenzy and just is hacking one of the bodies of the footman.
Elizabetta remembers this. She has seen it before, but it's been many, many years. And she kind of grabs her arm, remembering something, and turns around and just kind of calls through the door of the bathroom, because that was where she was standing, and her voice is a bit shrill, but she says, "It's all right, just stay in there a little bit longer. It's going to be all right." And she's just got one hand on her arm and trying to drown out the sound.
Here, you have something pretty horrific that you're seeing out the window. Then you hear the sound behind you and you turn around to see what Dr. Charlotte's doing.
Yeah, I think in this case, it's not that I'm afraid of what Charlotte is doing. I think it's like I've seen all the stuff that's coming, and he just kind of turns around and he's just like, "We don't have time for this." And he basically also runs over to the bathroom door and he says, "Winnie, you 3 stay in there. Whatever you hear outside, don't come out until it's been at least 10 minutes of quiet. All right, stay there, be safe." And then he starts. He just kind of looks around to the rest of you, slightly, manic and hopped up on adrenaline. He says, "There's a bloody load of wolves and a giant bat coming. We need to move."
Oh, that's what we need. Great.
And
Charlotte,
I start heading for the door.
Snap out of it. We've got something to deal with.
I'm fine. This will only take a minute.
You're fine. You're not fine. Hurry up.
Parts into my bag, covered in blood and gore.
Yes.
I hope that thing's live.
You have to go.
Elizabetta
It's not.
grabs Harry's arm and is just, holding on to him and following him.
Fine, fine.
As you guys go out the door, the window, of course, is open because that's where Westbrook had escaped from until Harry brought him back in again. Harry, you hear hunting rifles going off outside the window.
Okay. I wish them good marksmanship. And we're up on like the second or third floor at this point, I think.
This was the nursery, so it's second floor.
Second floor. All right. So basically, I'm gonna just head down the hall, kind of hustling to get downstairs and outside. And as I'm doing it, I'm just sort of shouting to anybody within shouting range, barricade the doors, get any weapons you've got, get the women inside, just trying to get people in some fashion ready for what's coming.
Well, here's the thing. Is when you stepped outside, Harry, into the hallway, we've always had staff like invisibly moving everywhere. A footman, lady in waiting, maids. And you see no staff at all. Yeah. So when you step out, you start barking orders to nobody. Now there's some guests that are milling about and kind of sticking their head out the door of their rooms. But there appears to be no footman, no ladies in waiting.
I'm gonna keep giving orders to the guests that I can see, not taking time to be respectful, just kind of, this is a war situation. And I'm not going to think right now about what the absence of staff means, although I have a pretty good idea. And start hustling downstairs to get to where the attack is coming from.
And Elizabeth, you're staying with Harry the entire time, is that correct?
Yeah, I've got a grip on his arm and I'm following Harry. And I think that while we're hurrying down the stairs, I might Harry, you need to know Lusk was the Ripper, or at least one of them. So we've taken care of him.
Right, yeah. Well, that's one thing down. Now we just have to survive the night. Or morning? Is this like daytime?
We're like late afternoon.
Great. This is fine.
How about Dr. Charlotte and Lady Rosalind as you guys leave the room? Or do you?
I'm staying with Charlotte.
I'm collecting some more materials. And I'm like, gosh, okay, all right. This is good. This is key to our success.
I'm just holding my arms out to be filled with whatever she wants to hand me.
All right. I hand you a tour so we can take it to my lab. And
great.
Let's go.
Can we go? Can we go now? Yes. Great. Yes, thanks. Lead the way, darling. Go.
Okay.
All right, so we'll have Dr. Charlotte and Lady Rosalind heading down into the basement lab that has been temporarily put together for you. Harry and Elizabeth, you get to the first floor, and there's nobody there. The front door at the base of the stairs that leads to the huge atrium that we've talked about, which then leads outside. Both sets of doors are wide open. You can see straight through, and it looks like O'Brien and some of the other huntsmen are trying to stand their ground and are firing at these wolves that are running towards them. You don't see the flying creature, but it could be just where you are and your inability to see, that high.
Right. And that was coming from out back of the house, right?
It's coming from the front of the house.
It is the front. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. But, and keep in mind that the estate is surrounded by forest, right?
So Harry kind of looks down at Elisabetta and is like, stay here, see if you can get somewhere safe, and then collect the others if you can.
No. I'm coming with you, Harry. I'll come with you. You can't go out alone.
And
I can help.
He's not going to take the time to fight this fight. He's like, all right then. And basically, knife in one hand, whip in the other, goes out the front door to see how bad it is.
Okay, so I need to check one thing real quick. Because you actually have the huntsman helping here. So let me take a look. And they have shotguns. All right, I'm going to do a roll just for them on the wolves.
Okay.
I'm going to give them 2 chances to hit them, but I'm going to do it kind of as a collective here. So they are huntsmen, so their wits would be pretty darn good. So
I
I'm
should
give
hope.
them a 3 wit. And the CR is 1. So that is going to be 1 success. On the second wolf. No success.
Mhm.
Okay, that helps. Those shotguns do 6 damage.
Nice.
Yeah,
Need
so
to get me one of them.
yeah, you're out there and you're watching.
Mm-hmm.
And they're standing. O'Brien's there up front. Wolves are coming from the left, from the right, and then one up the center. And it's kind of like the wolf. Turns out it's exactly the wolf that you saw on your way in. So it's not supernaturally large.
Mm-hmm.
It's as large
Real
as
big.
natural wolf could be, right? And often when we think about wolves, we think about them being the size of like a dog or a mastiff. Even wolves are much larger than that. So you see the huntsmen are firing, nothing at all, and then just calmly we see O'Brien bring his shotgun up, lodge it into his shoulder, and fire, and it hits one of the wolves. And you hear the wolf, and the wolf tumbles, and it's starting to get back up again. But he hit it, and he hit it good.
Okay, good job, lads.
And if you're coming outside, Harry and Elizabeth, you look up, no sign of our flying creature.
Well, that's a problem for later. Yeah, basically, if there's an area where the shots aren't concentrated, or where there's like a wolf that's not in the middle of things, I'm gonna go and engage it because I want to get these things out of the way.
Got it. All right. So you head off towards the left-hand one.
Yep.
That's going to allow you to do that. So that'll be really your full action
Sure.
as you come around there. Elizabeth, you are tagging right along with him, staying at his side.
I'm right behind Harry, ready to do whatever I can.
Let's cut to Dr. Charlotte and Lady Rosalind arriving at the basement lab.
And as soon as we get in the lab, I burst through the doors. I'm setting things up. I sit, but Rosalind, sit. Next to Emerson. Open
Is
up
there
my
a lock on the door?
Sure.
I'm going to lock it behind us.
open up my medical kit that's now covered in gore and blood. And I'm going to attempt to replenish it to heal Emerson and Rosalind.
Perfect. Let's do a healing roll for both. And for those of you watching, Lady Rosalind, because of what she is, has a heal built in that takes her drinking blood. But we talked before game, and I said, you know what? If anybody could heal a vampire, it's probably Dr. Charlotte. So we're going to go ahead and allow that to happen. So who do you want to do your smarts roll for first?
First going to be Rosalind.
Okay, beautiful. And Lady Rosalind, where are you currently? What's your current health?
13.
At 13, okay. And remind me, the med kit gives you a bonus, is that right?
Yes, it heals 2 plus any additional 1 wounds for each smart symbol rolled.
Perfect.
That's nice.
All right, so that is potentially 3 successes if you want to turn those 2 luck into a success.
I am. So
all right, so that's going to be a heal of 4 for Lady Rosalind. 2 for the first, and then 3, 4 for the other 2 successes.
Thank you.
Then where is Emerson on the health?
He is at 12 health.
Okay, let's do the same thing.
All right, let me take away my 1 roll.
I'm going to encourage you to tell me everything that you're doing in detail. I'm going to keep you talking about what's going on.
And I have no problem doing that. So if Emerson, and on healing you saw me actively use the blood that I just picked up on like your bandages and everything. And on Emerson, I'm making this concoction for him to honestly drink because I'll take off his mask, fix him up. Like, all right, okay, all right, we're good.
Yeah, he heals 4.
All right.
So let's cut back outside. Harry, you have got the wolf is going to have to jump on you.
Mhm.
So we're going to go ahead and allow him to attack you. This is one of the healthy ones. Let's go to their attacks. He's going to attempt to bite you. You are CR1.
Mhm.
And this is going to be a wits roll for our friend.
Would I be
who is-
able to distract it to protect Harry by distracting it?
Yeah. What are you thinking?
Well, I've got the power of illusion, so I'm thinking that I use my illusionist power, through which I can create a line of visual illusion that can distract, confuse, create light, make a sound, or a loud noise. And then I want to somehow use, I don't know, a bright light or a really shrill sound, something like that, to distract the wolf that I see.
I love
for
it.
Harry.
I love it. So is that a strange check? Remind me.
That's it's each illusion ticks up the doom clock by 1 minute, and if it's more complex, I'd need to do a skill check.
Okay, so this is not that complex. If you're just looking
No,
for
this
like
is just a really nasty, high pitched something at its ears and just lights in its face, something like that.
perfect. All right, I will take the doom clock 1. What's this look like? Because the wolf is going to stop in its tracks before it reaches Harry.
I think I've got I reach into my pocket, I grab my crystal ball, and I just point at it and like, not Harry.
And Harry, you see it as well. This light just seems to just appear in front of the wolf, and the wolf stops in its tracks, and it's like turning its head. You can tell it's been blinded. So you are saved from being attacked by the wolf. Thanks.
Excellent.
Yes. So you now have priority here. It is on you.
All right. And these, as far as I can tell, these just look like regular big wolves. There's nothing supernatural looking about them.
Correct. Yep. And
All
they
right.
don't appear like they are definitely not monsters.
All right. So I am going to rely on the whip then. And I am currently afraid, but I also am around common folk like the servants and the huntsmen. So that will offset that, because that's my reputation. So this can be grit or wit. I think I'll make it a wit roll.
And its CR is 1.
Okay. All right.
Glad you got a success there.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
So let's talk about damage on our friend. The wolf.
That is 2 blunt damage.
All right. So you are not entangling it. You are doing the straight up whip. It's standing there blinded. Whip unfolds.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of almost like across the face, across the muzzle. I mean, if I can, obviously these things are being driven by some kind of other force, but if I convince it to leave without continuing to fight, great. But if I have to kill it, I'll kill it.
Slashed across the snout. It's got some kind of shrill noise in its ears and dancing lights in its eyes.
It's completely disoriented. I need to quickly have the other 2 wolves attack our huntsman. So give me just 1 second. And let me see. That reminds me, 1 sharp wits. Okay, so first roll. That will be a successful attack. Second one rolls. Ooh, okay. So the one on O'Brien comes up on O'Brien and has jumped on top of him. So O'Brien is on his back. He's got a wolf on top of him. His gun has been knocked to a side. You look off in your periphery to the one at the far right. It has now torn into one of the huntsmen. Just pure gore everywhere. At the same time, above you, you hear screaming. And you're seeing really for the first time a decent view of this thing. And I want you to imagine a bat-like creature, but far more human type body structure, these large wings with talon feet. And in each one of them, there's a man and a woman. and each one of the talons, and it's flying back to the woods.
Craig, I don't want to imagine that. Give me something else.
And it's 30 feet, about 35, 40 feet above you, so I don't think there's
Jesus.
a damn thing you can do about it.
Not right now.
But
Can
you
we
hear
see? Are they servants, guests?
No.
Do we recognize?
They are guests. It's too far for you to be able to see who they are exactly, but just based on their dress, you get a sense that this is not staff that this beast has taken.
Great.
All right, our blinded wolf is going to attempt to hit you, Harry.
Mhm.
Where's my 8 guy? There we go. Harry, you have a CR1. It lunges for you, but it misses. What happens?
Well, first of all, I need to ask, if they roll strange on a failure, does that tick down the doom clock?
It does not.
All right, fine. Yeah, I think he comes in and Harry just kind of, spins out of the way. He's got the big black sort of long coat flowing, turning in such a way that he keeps Elizabeth behind him, and just kind of it lunges and misses.
Okay, both of you have an action.
Right. I want to try and finish this guy. So I think, is that worth it? I don't think I want to use that yet. So yeah, I am going to switch to the knife and just try and stab it as it goes by.
Beautiful.
And that is a grit attack. Again, bonus and penalties offset. Once again, I'm limping through.
Right.
That is 2 sharp, and he can make a CR2 luck check or gain bleed 2.
Which he fails, so he is now bleed 2. All
Yep.
right, so I'm going to do that here. We're going to allow another huntsman to take a shot here, which he does succeed. That does some nice damage to the one on the far right as you hear another shotgun ring out.
Mm-hmm.
O'Brien is stuck. I'm not going to allow him to make an attack. So let's go for the wolf on you two. You are the obvious threat. It's not going to do anything with Elizabetta. It goes and no successes. And again, it's snapping. I think the ears, it's still disorienting by what Elizabetta has done. So it's just wildly just swiping and trying to bite at you, Harry, as you're just navigating and doing a bit of a dance with it. So Elizabetta and or Harry or both of you get to
Well, Elizabetta, I don't think got an action last time.
No, I'm staying behind Harry and just watching everything, and I'm trying to stay out of the way, keep an eye on what's going on, watch Harry's back, and at the moment I'm not going to do anything else other than that.
Elizabetta, is doom clock tick per minute that you keep the illusion up?
It's for each illusion that I do. So it was a one-time illusion. So if I do another illusion, it would be another. So I think Harry's got it under control. I'm looking at the others and just staying out of the way and ready to do something, but not wanting to get in the way. I don't know.
All right, Harry.
All right. Well, I cannot let our head huntsman go down like this. So I am going to, in the other hand, try and take the whip and just drag that other wolf off of him.
Got it. Let's go ahead and strike that other one.
I'm actually going to spend a luck on this.
CR1.
Mm-hmm. This is fine. This is fine.
But one success.
Exactly. Yeah, it's fine. So that's going to be 1 blunt damage, and it can't make move actions until it breaks free.
Perfect. All right.
How is the wolf that first attacked us? How is it looking? Is it nearly out or is still?
So
snapping.
yeah, I'll just straight up tell you hit points right now. So the one on the far right that got shot is now at 4 hit points. The one that is on top of O'Brien is now down to 3 hit points. This is out of 10, so you can get a kind of a sense of how hurt they are. And then the one that attacked the two of you, we're at 6 of 10 right now.
Okay.
Did he bleed last time?
He hasn't gone yet.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yep. So he will now go. He is going for you. So he's going to drop down to 4 hit points. Attempt to bite you. And he is going to succeed. So this bite is a damage 1 sharp. So Harry, he comes onto your back as you've now whipped one of the other wolves. And he's trying to kind of take a bite out of you. With only 1 damage, it's not like he's going to take a chunk out of you by any stretch of the imagination. But I do need a luck check, CR1, to not gain bleed 1.
I don't like making luck checks. I'm bad at those. Unless I'm not.
Very nice. So though you are bleeding, you are hurt on your arm. It's not enough to be doing continuous damage.
And I'm assuming that when it's a luck check, I can't bank a luck because...
Correct. You cannot because it's been used. Correct. Okay. All right.
Now, the 1 damage fills up my weakened track, so I think I take that effect now.
Yep.
All right. So I am at least temporarily going to be at -1.
I think it's still all skill checks, right?
No. I get to choose one.
Oh, okay.
The first one's not that bad. I'm gonna take it on smarts. Like that's probably the least relevant right now.
And I can see that it's just being frazzled at this point, right? So it's your pure instinct at this point.
There's too much going on.
Yeah, way too much going on. I completely understand that. All right, you have got 1 tied up. It needs to make a grit check.
Grit 2.
2, CR2. To try to get loose of you. It does. It break free of you, but that's going to be its entire action. It is still on top of O'Brien. We'll be able to attack next turn unless you do something about it. Let's go back to the 2 of you.
Well, I really want O'Brien to be able to get that shotgun free. So I'm gonna sort of just trying to shrug off the one that's on him. Glad he's got the high collar on that jacket, and whip the wolf again.
Got it. So it breaks free of you, and you are going to again try to engage it. All right,
that's a little better.
3 successes. So the base damage is 1 blunt.
Well, the base damage is 2, but now the way it's phrased, it says I may do half the weapon damage if I entangle it. So
you don't need to. You can kill it.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So I just kind of rape the thing around and just snap its neck with a big yank.
Yeah, we see, and then we hear a sound from it, and as the body falls on top of O'Brien. And O'Brien's pretty hurt, but he's kind of scrambling, reaching for his gun.
Good. That's what I want him to do.
All right. The one that bit you, sir.
Elisabetta will, when she sees it going for Harry, she's going to try and attack it. I don't know if it's my turn yet.
It is. It is.
She pulls out a really beautifully embossed how do you say fan that you snap open.
Nice.
But she twists something, and this is a gift that she got from Charlotte, and it turns into a switchblade.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Nice.
We see that.
This is a gift that Charlotte gave her. And she is, I mean, this is not her forte, but it went for Harry. She's trying to cover it back, and she's just, going to try and stab it.
I'm so proud of you.
Well, I don't think she'll be using her strange skills for this. So, and I'm afraid.
You are afraid, yeah.
So that I'm assuming this would be grit.
Yeah, let's take a look. Do we
if
not
it's
have
a knife, I think they're usually grit.
Yeah, let's just take a quick look. Do I not have something in your items for this?
Yeah, it's skill
yes, with
grit.
Faith Plant. Yep. If you look at items, you'll see its skill is grit, and it's a damage 2 sharp. Yep.
Yeah. So I roll my grit, but with 1
One less.
Less die, right?
One less. Yep. You just need one grid of success.
Okay. As long as I don't roll a strange.
Hey!
There it is.
Oh, hey, I succeeded.
So that's going to be 2 damage. And it needs to do a luck check to avoid gaining another bleed to go to bleed 3. Which it does not make. So
It just grabs it and like, bad dog, and stabs it in the neck.
and because the next turn it would die anyway, let's have this be the killing blow as we see Elizabeth come over there with this fan and for anybody's like, why? Like, all of a sudden, shink, the blade comes out and she goes right into this animal's neck and it just boom falls.
And I kind of step back, really shocked, like that it worked.
And I think Harry kind of turns around ready to stab the thing and just sees it and just kind of looks at you and is like, just a nod. That's it.
I nod back and then I'm looking around. Shit, I'm
And
bloody.
let's go and have another shotgun go off to your far right and take down the last wolf as we're there. But we also see an empty-handed creature flying back out from the forest.
Oh, damn it.
Let's cut to the lab. Everybody's patched up.
Okay, Rosalind. I need
Yes, darling.
just one thing from you. In case I die,
Anything? What?
I need you to take care of Emerson. Here's a list.
You're absolutely not going to die.
Yes, but one day I will die. So
I'm going to
here's
take
a
the list and I'm going to rip it up. You're not going to die.
All right. Okay.
Charlotte,
Okay.
you will
Yes.
be the one to take care of Emerson and no one else.
I'm going to take my arm into Rosalind's. Let's go find our friend.
Or you could tell me about your newest upgrade that you're thinking about with Emerson. Explain it in great detail to me here in this locked room.
We are going, Rosalind.
You're safer here, Charlotte.
Yes, but when have I ever lived to be safe? Come now.
Charlotte, we really should sit this one out.
What is happening? What are you keeping?
Nothing. I want to keep you safe.
You're lying.
I would never lie to you.
Well,
There's something bigger
Willis.
going on here, Charlotte. Something bigger. Way. And I was told I could keep you safe.
Now, why would you go and do that? What? Okay. All right. How about
Why
this?
would I go and do that, Charlotte? Really?
But what's like the stipulations? Like,
You are. And that's the only stipulation that matters, Charlotte, is that you're safe.
it matters. I will be safe. Rosalind, listen. I don't understand much about this vampire business. You keep me far from it, actually. You have not really delved into anything that you've discussed after meeting with Blackwood. But
You don't need to be involved.
I already am.
Not if I can help it.
Rosalind. Come now. It will be fine.
I really enjoy your attempting to tell me what we're doing here, darling.
I'm going to call for an opposed heart check between
bitch.
Dr. Charlotte and Lady Rosalind, because I think both of you have dug your heels in. And this is going to be a little PvP right now.
Nice.
Let's start with Dr. Charlotte. You need a heart check to be unconvinced by what Lady Rosalind is ordering you to do.
I'm going to use my luck, but I'm still
Damn right.
afraid. So I'm just going to be at 3.
You'll be at flat. Yep, it'll be even.
I'm also going to use my luck.
Well, get my luck back.
You do get your luck back, and I get a tick on the clock. You have no successes. We just need a success from Lady Rosalind.
It's
All
bullshit.
those dice.
Well,
So we know, Dr. Charlotte, that you're convinced to say, but can you help me understand why Lady Rosalind has convinced you?
though I hate to admit it at times, not even hate to admit it, I consider Lady Rosalind one of the other smartest people that I know alongside myself. She has kept us alive. She has kept us together. So I would be more convinced of her when she says, let's just sit this one out.
Cutting back to the outside, Harry, you help O'Brien up.
Mhm.
He's dusting off. What the hell is this? What
I don't
are
know.
those things?
I have no idea. Do you have rifles?
Yes. In the barn.
Okay. I start heading that way.
Okay. Are you looking to be armed with a shotgun, sir?
I would like to get a rifle because that thing is out of effective shotgun range.
Okay.
So something a little longer range.
It will
is
be out
what
of
I need.
shotgun range. So let's go to rifle.
Does it look like it's coming towards us or going towards the mansion, or can we see where it's headed, or is it just on the
Yeah.
horizon coming back now?
All right. I've got a hunting rifle now in your inventory as you reach
Perfect, thank you.
the thing, and as you look over, you can hear the
Mhm.
and it goes out of sight. So it's flown above and above the mansion, the estate, and is now out of sight. But you do hear it land. So you hear a and you can see like the roof shakes, right? And you see
Mhm.
some debris fall off of the roof as this thing landed on the roof itself. And even Lady Rosalind and Dr. Charlotte feel kind of a little bit of a shake even at the basement with this thing landing. And there is screaming now
Mhm.
coming from the estate.
So about like what part of the house is it? Just over like guest rooms?
Tough to say. It's gone
Yeah.
kind of out of your sight at this
Okay.
point. So it has descended down, dove
Mhm.
down, and landed on the roof.
Okay.
You're right at the barn. He hands you a hunting rifle.
Mhm.
Harry looks to you, Elizabeth, a young lady. Would you like one as well?
I look at my bloody hands and then I shake my head. I don't know how to shoot that. I kind of close the fan, put it away, and start wiping my hands on my. Okay.
Craig, if there are enough here, like if the surviving huntsmen, if there are enough there, I would probably take a second one just to save me from a reload somewhere along the line.
Sure. Yeah, throw one up. Throw a
Mhm.
strap across you.
Yep.
Let's have one on your back as well. That's great.
And then I think by the time I like get around to where I can see it, it'll probably be taking off again. So I'm just going to kind of wait to see it come back.
Okay.
Unless I hear that it's doing something different.
Well, yeah, it's maybe like 15 seconds,
Okay.
which I'm imagining feels like a lot longer than
Mhm.
that, in light of everything that's happening. There's one other huntsman other than O'Brien. Both of
Mhm.
them have now switched from the shotguns to the hunting rifles, taking your cue.
Mhm.
And you again hear it. And you see its silhouette against the sky start to come off of the estate. It's got another person in one of its claws,
Mhm.
and it's flying above you.
Well, I'm going to take a shot as soon as I see it. In the event
Okay.
that it drops this person, maybe it'll drop them on the roof rather than all the way to the ground.
Let's take a look here. And the hunting rifle is
wits.
Yep. Right. Damage 6 pierce, and I gotta remember pierce. That means no armor. Got
I
it.
believe that's correct.
Yep.
Now I think I may take use of my new 4th level power.
Ooh, what is it?
It's called weapon coatings. And basically, I can take an interact action to prepare my next attack with one of the following effects. I can do each one of them once per Doom Quarter. And I think in this case, I'm going to do stunned. So Harry just kind of, as he's loading the bullet in the, because it's an old bolt action, rifle. As he's loading the bullet, he just kind of puts his thumb over the shell and whispers a couple things, and like a little bit of his blood is on the tip of the bullet, and then he kind of cocks it back, and as the thing comes over, he's going to take a shot.
So it is CR1.
Okay.
So it'll be a straight. I think it's a wits check, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
It is a monster.
Afraid. I'm still good, so I will get 2 shots at it.
Okay.
So here goes the first one.
Common people around?
Yep, that offsets the fear. God damn it.
So the first shot goes wild
and
gives me 2
I
more
don't
ticks.
like this.
Oh boy, we are burning through this.
I know, Craig.
Stop it.
We are halfway through it. So the
Stop.
first shot goes wild. It is now fully off the estate.
Yeah.
Before you take this second shot,
Mm-hmm.
if it loses grip on this person, they are plummeting about 40 feet.
I mean, if we don't take it down, it's going to keep killing more people. I hate to do it, but I got to do it. Yeah, well, right. Here we go again.
That's much better.
Yeah, but jeez.
So that's going to do 6 damage to it. It's pierce, so any armor, which it doesn't have any, but that would have gotten rid of it. Stunned may take no actions in the next combat turn. At the end of their next combat turn, the effect is removed.
So I think, and you make a call on this. The way it says is it affects my next attack. So I feel like that was the one that missed. I don't know that it applies on the next one.
Oh, those are. I'm not going to dock you on your power.
Okay.
I think it applies to both because of your power.
All right.
No, I see what you're saying though. That's a good point. Probably could be called either way. I'm definitely going to call that as one attack.
I appreciate it.
But yeah, that's good. Now he gets to react. So let's go ahead and do a reaction roll. He is DEFCON yellow, so that means a grit, a wit, or a smarts gives him a reaction.
Okay.
And he gets a wits reaction. You shoot. First one goes wild.
Right.
The second one hits him in the arm, and you can see the splatter, the splash of the blood where the bullet came, and it immediately tucks and dives, dropping the person at about the 30-foot level. So you see that body falling to the ground. It dives and it knocks you over. So Harry, it comes down and it brushes up against you, knocks both you and Elizabetha to the ground. You're on your back. The rifle has fallen out of your hand, and it knocks you prone as it then flies back up again. It's not going to get an attack because of the stunned, but that its reaction was fighting dirty, and knock you prone.
Okay.
Does
So we're
O'Brien
back.
get to shoot it?
What's that?
Does O'Brien get to shoot it now?
Oh, let's have O'Brien shoot it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1, 2.
He owes Harry.
He does owe Harry, doesn't he? O'Brien is going to convert that to a success. That is going to do that. And it also gets a reaction to this. Heart, it has no reaction. So as it's coming back up again, O'Brien's and we just see him shoot. This one hits it in the torso, and it's flying back up again. Harry and Elizabetha.
I help Harry to his feet. I'm just assisting Harry.
Okay. I guess I'm going to interact to pick the rifle. Well,
You've still got one over your back.
that's true. I have an extra. It's like I planned for this. Yeah.
Well, and you could have Elizabetha take an action to give you your gun.
Yeah. That's what I do. Is
Well, the thing is, normally with a rifle like this, you have to take an interact to reload it.
Oh, is that what it says on
but
it?
you've got two.
So that's
So
so I have the second
once
one.
we say if we can retcon that, when he offered me a rifle, I took it to hold it for Harry.
Ah, perfect.
And I just, I pass you the next one.
All right. So
I don't know how to reload it, but
that's fine. I can take care of that if we live that long. Yep. And I'm gonna make that other attack. I'm gonna spend the luck I got last time.
CR1.
That's what I'm talking about.
That is a luck you can bank.
Mm-hmm.
So it comes flying over. You shoot it. It gets hit. It drops. And by the way, we heard the body hit the grounds. It dives down, knocks you on your back. As it's coming back up again, we see O'Brien hit it. Elizabeth hands you the gun. You get up on one knee, steady yourself, aim, and shoot. And it falls out of the sky. It falls and it tumbles into the forest, right at the forest edge. You just hear it make this awful screech noise and just tumble.
Okay. Do I think I killed it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it fell dead out of the sky.
Okay, cool. Then I will stand up and take a long breath and just look at Elizabeth and say, good work.
I know.
And then
we check out who it dropped.
Yeah. I guess we'll head over and see.
Yeah, you go over there. Somebody that you recognize from the party, a gentleman, late 50s.
Okay.
His neck obviously broke in the fall by the contortions he's in. And you don't know exactly who he is by name, which in his own way is informative because not a member of parliament, right? Not one of the more famous people that have been here.
Right. We'll just kind of, reach down and close his eyes. And then basically, if it sounds like it's quiet for the moment, I'm going to start heading back into the house, reloading as I go.
So you come back in with Elisabetta to the first floor. And you look up and see that part of the roof has been torn away. You can see sky. You can also see on the second floor 2 different guest room doors that have been blown away.
Do I know whose? Or was it just so not anyone in particular? Okay, so this thing came in through the roof to go hunting. Great.
Should we check on the young Winds, the young Churchill, or try and find Charlotte and Lady Rosalind?
He says, yeah, we should look for Winnie and the others. And I know you said there's no staff around here. Is there any sign of other guests or the Churchills or? Okay.
No, I think guests are adequately frightened and have holed themselves, and listening to you have kind of holed themselves up in their guest rooms.
Good. Something actually worked. Yeah. So I think I'm going to go back and see how the kids are.
So, and Elizabeth, are you going there or are you going to the basement?
Yeah, I'm following Harry.
Okay. You get up there to the second floor and they listened. The boys are still in the bathroom area, but Winnie is not there. Mary, did you find Winnie?
No, I told him to stay. Where did he go?
She just stood up and walked out, and she said, "Stay here."
She? Do you mean
the nanny?
Mrs.
Annie, sorry.
Yes,
Okay.
Exactly. Mrs. Everest. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, Miss Everest.
Okay. Bloody hell.
Is there a place in the house where you can hide safely, boys?
and they kind of look at each other, and you can kind of tell like they're not sure whether they should say anything, and they take a half a beat, and little Winston goes, "We have hiding places in the basement, but we don't tell Mommy and Daddy about it."
I won't either.
Okay. No, I think that's probably close your eyes because we're still in the bathroom, and I know what
What a
I kind
way
of
to
is
be
out.
out.
And I hold out my hands, to take both their hands. It's like, close your eyes and let's go into the hallway, and then you show us where the hidey hole is, because it's and we'll go looking for Miss Everest.
All right, so Elizabeth, you're leading her down. At this point, we've had about 5 or 6 minutes pass, maybe closer to 10 minutes past. Has Lady Rosalind continued to keep Dr. Charlotte down there?
As long as I can.
Are you okay with that, Dr. Charlotte?
So for the first 5 minutes, yes. And then the shaking of the house happened.
Yes.
I imagine so.
Rosalind, I just need to go out and see what's happening.
Do not get out of my sight.
Of course
Not one moment.
You're watching me like a hawk. Where would I go?
You damn right I am. Don't go anywhere.
So I'm going to link arms again, smile, start walking out.
That charm's not going to serve you forever.
Oh, let's be honest. I'm not very charmful.
Oh, you certainly are.
Stop. Let's go.
Let's go.
So as you open the basement lab door, I'm going to have you running into Elisabetta and the 2 boys, but I want to cut to Harry. So Elisabetta is taking the 2 boys.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm riding shotgun with them.
Yep.
Oh, okay. All 4 of you are together with the 2 boys, and very close to where the lab door is. Little Winston comes over and moves a barrel, and you can see like a little tunnel there. And he goes, "It lets me get between the walls."
Oh, that's so smart and sneaky. And I'm kind of shielding them from everybody, and I kind of kneel down to both their level, and I say, "You need to hide in there." And just, it's hide and seek, so you hide, and we'll come get you. We'll go get Mommy and Daddy, and we'll come get you when it's safe, but you stay in here, and we'll come get you when it's safe.
And they oblige.
Isn't he smart? He's going to be someone important when he grows up.
And then we
As
move
if
them back.
that kid.
Hell no, the Churchills. I can't imagine them in power. Horrible.
And I don't know, could I make what do I need to do to not to go from afraid to stable?
I think
And
all of you can move. So the threat is gone. So all of you that are back up to stable.
Nice.
I wanted to make an argument that seeing Harry take care of together with Harry taking care of those threats has buoyed my confidence.
Yeah, and I think Dr. Charlotte and Rosalind leave the lab already, taking a breath and no longer afraid.
Oh,
so
Harry.
The 4 of you are there.
Oh,
and Harry's there
again.
with
You survived.
well, there were quite a number of wolves and a giant bat,
Oh, well, come here.
Sounds interesting.
I'm gonna just say this. I can heal you now or later, but it's gonna be the last time that I'm able to patch up any of you this effectively.
Well, I look to see if anybody else is hurt.
Take care of Harry. Charlotte, you need to take care of Harry.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
He's
All right. And I just, without even asking your permission, I just get into your personal space and start working on you.
I think because Dr. Charlotte isn't particularly tall, is she?
5'6".
Okay, so I can see her just kind of like pulling me down,
Yeah.
by one shoulder and start working on the shoulder and the
And
ear.
honestly, you realize all like pretenses of whatever this party has brought out is gone. She doesn't care. Like, you need help, I'm doing it my way. I'm not putting on airs.
Yeah, and
We're being very
Harry's-
open, aren't we?
Right, exactly.
So that'll be 2 plus the 1. That'll be 3.
I am almost fully healed. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
So kind of while this is going on and Harry's kind of leaned over getting worked on, he kind of looks over to Elizabeth and is like, are you all right? I mean, you've been, I'm not saying I don't appreciate the help, but you've been, are you all right?
And Elizabeth just beams at him with such happiness and says, I'm all right now. As long as we're together, and I glance at Charlotte, but I'm looking at you. As long as we're together, we'll take care of this. It'll all be right. I'm good. And then I look to Charlotte and I take out the bloody fan and I said, I killed a wolf with this. It was
Yay!
It
yeah.
was bloody genius is what it was.
And I kind of I blush at that compliment.
Oh, you grew up so well.
Right. Well, things seem to have calmed down at the moment. We need to find Lord Randolph and the others. And all the staff are gone. I don't know if you've noticed, but other than the groundskeepers, all the house staff have vanished.
And
Wow.
that winged monster thing, it took at least 2 guests. I didn't recognize it. It dropped another.
Bloody hell, yeah. We need to go in the forest and figure out where they've gone.
The forest.
What
I don't
what
know.
is the plan here? What are we hoping to accomplish?
Well, it can't be Marianne. Marianne is. I look towards to Harry. Marianne is at peace now. She's
Yeah.
she's had her justice, and Lusk
Yeah, Lus is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Lusk was part of the Ripper, or the Ripper was part of him. So he's still out there, but Marianne's at peace. So it can't be her.
Well, I think we know who it is, I say, looking pointedly at Lady Rosalind.
I'm ignoring their little touching moments and just like pacing the room. But I don't think it's really deliberate. It's just, they're having healing and working on people, and, in the quiet of it, I've kind of let my mind wander, which is not great. And I've sort of fallen into this obsession and then just pacing back and forth and really not listening to the conversation until I am directly addressed.
So I think what's going to happen is if you're pacing back and forth, like, you go this way and you make a turn and Harry's standing like right there. And he just kind of looks down at you and says, where's Blackwood?
I don't know.
Well, he's the one behind all this. He's the one we need to put a bloody end to.
I don't say anything.
I'll be honest. We might die trying to kill this one.
We will. We will.
All right, then I'll do it.
Good luck.
And I'm going to start heading up towards where Blackwood's room is. I'm not assuming he'll be there, but there might be a clue.
You shouldn't do this, Harry.
What do you suggest then? We'll let him kill whoever he likes?
Yes.
No. And I just go stomping off.
I'm sure we can come to some common
I'll let him.
ground. Come,
Charlotte,
let's
we've
go.
got to
I'm
help
following.
Harry. We've got to help Harry.
To an extent. I have a lot more life to actually live. I'm going, but to an extent.
Charlotte.
Yes, and there should be much more life to live. You go against Blackwood, and there won't be.
We already know what it said. Marianne said it's the knife. Harry's got the knife.
I follow Harry.
Charlotte,
And I'm running up after.
Oh, I will
Harry.
run after Charlotte.
Oh God, here we go.
So, as you guys are leaving the basement, going up 2 flights, Lady Rosalind, keep me honest here and tell me no, but I feel like you might try to reach out to connect with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I'm going to tell him.
Betrayal!
well, you connect to nothing. So any sense that you've had of Blackwood is gone. He's not in the room. You know that. Or he's masked himself at such a level that even you can't reconnect with him. But you can't smell him. You can't sense him at all. The 4 of you get up to his room. Harry kicks open the door and the room is empty. Let's spend 10 minutes to think about what we're going to do now. So let's take a quick 10-minute break.
In the year of 1888, under a moonlit sky so late, Harry hunts the shadows where the monsters lie in wait. Elizabeth's crystal ball reveals the hidden truth. She sees the threads of fate in the echoes of her youth. Dr. Charlotte's mad machines, sparked by a lightning's kiss, in her lab of darkened dreams, she concocts her twisted bliss. Lady Rosalind in satin, with a mask of pure disguise, holds secrets in her gaze behind her emerald eyes. At the Churchill country estate, where the darkness whispers fate, a Halloween masquerade, where fears and masks cascade. In the Gothic halls they roam, far from Whitechapel's tomb, the hunters and the haunted, beneath the crimson moon. In the mansion's haunted halls, where the shadows come alive, the whispers of the Whitechapel murders keep the night deprived. Harry wields his silver blade in search of beasts unseen, while Elizabeth's visions dance in spectral silver sheen. Dr. Charlotte's laugh rings mark through the midnight's chilling air. Her creations stir and shudder with a manic, deadly flare. Lady Rosalind glides through with a grace that chills the bone. In the gallery's eerie glow, they stand together, yet alone. Mansion's haunted halls, where the shadows come alive, the whispers of the Whitechapel murders keep the night deprived. Harry wields his silver blade in search of beasts unseen, while Elizabeth's visions dance in spectral silver sheen. Dr. Charlotte's laugh rings warm through the midnight's chilling air. Her creations stir and shudder with a manic, deadly flare. Lady Rosalind glides through with a grace that chills the bone. In the gallery's eerie glow, they stand together, yet alone. yet alone. In the year of 1888, under a moonlit sky so late, Harry hunts the shadows where the monsters lie in wait. Elizabeth's crystal ball reveals the hidden truth. She sees the threads of fate in the echoes of her youth. Dr. Charlotte's mad machines, sparked by a lightning's kiss, in her lab of darkened dreams, she concocts her twisted bliss. Lady Rosalie in satin, with a mask of pure disguise, holds secrets in her gaze behind her emerald eyes. At the Churchill country estate, where the darkness whispers fate, a Halloween masquerade, where fears in masks cascade. In the Gothic halls they roam, far from Whitechapel's tomb, the hunters and the haunted, beneath the crimson moon. In the mansion's haunted halls, where the shadows come alive, the whispers of the Whitechapel murders keep the night deprived. Harry wields his silver blade in search of beasts unseen, while Elizabeth's visions dance in spectral silver sheen. Dr. Charlotte's laugh rings more through the midnight's chilling air. Her creations stir and shudder with a manic, deadly flare. Lady Rosalie glides through with a grace that chills the bone. In the gala's eerie glow, they stand together, yet alone. Mansion's haunted halls, where the shadows come alive, the whispers of the Whitechapel murders keep the night deprived. Harry wields his silver blade in search of beasts unseen, while Elizabeth's visions dance in spectral silver sheen. Dr. Charlotte's laugh rings warm through the midnight's chilling air. Her creations stir and shudder with a manic, deadly flare. Lady Rosalie glides through with a grace that chills the bone. In the gala's eerie glow, they stand together, yet alone. In the gala's eerie glow, they stand together, yet alone. In the year of 1888, under a moonlit sky so late, Harry hunts the shadows where the monsters lie in wait. Elizabeth's crystal ball reveals the hidden truth. She sees the threads of fate in the echoes of her youth. Dr. Charlotte's mad machines, sparked by a lightning's kiss, in her lab of darkened dreams, she concocts her twisted bliss. Lady Rosalie in satin, with a mask of pure disguise, holds secrets in her gaze behind her emerald eyes. At the Churchill country estate, where the darkness whispers fate, a Halloween masquerade, where fears and masks cascade. In the Gothic halls they roam, far from Whitechapel's tomb, the hunters and the haunted, beneath the crimson moon. In the mansion's haunted halls, where the shadows come alive, the whispers of the Whitechapel murders keep the night deprived. Harry wields his silver blade in search of peace.
You're all there together
Um,
and looking at side of Blackwood's room.
mhm.
Is it empty? Can we still see his stuff, or is he
His stuff
just
is still there.
Okay.
I told you I didn't know.
Ignoring that, I'm just going to take like a quick rummage to see if there's, anything obvious that says clue here. Is there a community left map or diary or anything? And
I'm opening all the drapes.
I'm throwing all his bottles out the window.
Ooh.
I'll catch one.
no.
Just one.
That's
Oh,
vintage early 30s. Not the year it was made, it's the age of the blood.
Actually, I will put a bottle in my bag for you
I-
and then throw the rest out the window.
Vintage, AB negative.
One for me, one in the bag, and I don't care about the rest. He'll probably be really mad when he gets back there.
Mm-hmm.
So between the four of you, I think Dr. Charlotte has the highest smarts. So let's have Dr. Charlotte make this roll with an additional talent die to cover the other three of you also looking through the room. So you'll end up with, I think, 2 talent die
2
here.
talent?
Yep. So for a
4
total of 3
successes.
Yep, 3 successes,
Yeah.
right? Oh no, you're gonna make
use the luck. Yeah.
I'm making a luck. Yeah.
In the closet are his suits, perfectly next to each other, pressed, and then there is an empty hanger. So Lady Rosalind knows this, whether she shares it or not. He was not always clothed, but apparently he has gotten dressed. So that's clue number 1, is that he
Shame.
left here. He left here dressed. Second clue. Torn up paper in the wastebasket. And you pull it out, and very quickly Dr. Charlotte pieces the 8 or 9 pieces together. And it's a list of names. You have got Aberline's name on there. You have got other members of Parliament's name on there. People like William Gladstone, who was a very prominent politician of the time. The prince's name is on there, as well as Randolph Churchill and a few other names. There's a total of about 10 names on this list. What's common among all of them is they're either prominent politicians or some involvement in Scotland Yard.
Is it all men?
It is all men.
Were they all at the party?
They have all matches up with the guest list. You have seen each one of these people at some point. That's it.
Is there any other? Okay.
Okay.
I think they might be trying to turn all of these people that's in power.
Well,
Would be a smart move.
unless we know where he's doing it, my guess would be it might be where they were carrying them off to the forest. I don't
That's
know.
what
Was the person who was dropped? Well, we
Anyone
didn't
on that
recognize-
list? No, we didn't.
No, not on that list.
And it was the first time it took off a man and a woman.
Correct.
So
Okay.
Maybe there's something in the basement. I wasn't necessarily allowed to have a lab down there, but one of the footmen was honestly idiotic and got me it. And then I've just been sneaking down there.
but shouldn't we just check their rooms first?
I'm worried that we'll run out of time. I'm inclined to ask O'Brien if he saw anything before the wolves attack, if he saw anybody leaving.
So you track down O'Brien.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty shook.
Yeah.
I think he's back in the house, actually,
Mhm.
on the first floor, patching himself up, helping his other huntsman there. And he goes, I saw nothing, Harry. I'm going to focus right now, and I've got 2 dead men. So I'm going to focus on that. I'm sorry.
No, it's
No,
fine.
I did. There was nothing strange. We just heard rustling. I would anticipate these animals are what took down the horses. But no, there's nothing odd. Have you seen Lord Churchill?
No, I haven't seen anyone. That's the problem.
We should bring him abreast of the situation.
If we can find him. Yeah, I guess someone should see if he's in his rooms. And I can do that if I don't know what the rest of you are doing while I'm talking to O'Brien.
I'm sticking with
Ah.
Harry.
I was going to just go ahead and check the rooms.
Sure.
I'm going with
Yeah.
Charlotte.
So the 2 of you, as Harry's down there going, and you go and you find the rooms, and you find Lady Churchill. She's still in bed, not doing great, but she's stable and okay. But there is no Winston, or no Randolph.
Randolph.
Sorry. You check some of the other rooms, and they are empty. Those that have wives are there, and they say, yeah, he stood up and just walked out, told me to stay here. Very similar to what you heard little Winston say about the nanny. And nobody knows where anybody went.
And no one saw them walking outside or inside. It's just
They're in the woods. Have to be.
Now here's the thing. Harry would love to believe that, but he would also not be surprised if Rosalind was setting him up to waste his time.
If we've gathered the 4 of us together, checking all the rooms, we can't find them, then Elizabeth is going to lift up a finger and say, I could try and ask the spirits again where they are.
I think that may be our best bet. I hate to say it, but if we waste time looking in the wrong place, we've lost.
I don't know if Marianne's still here or another one, but she's found peace, so she might be friendlier this time.
Do what you can.
So, and I think that we go to a room, or if we're in the central hallway, that's big enough. I'm going to take out my my Ouija folded up paper board thingy, my spirit board, and I spread it out on the grounds, on the floor, and make some room in this large area. I look at the 3 of you, so we're asking where they are, right?
mhm.
Yes.
Okay. I slip one hand into my pocket where my crystal ball is. I take it out, lay it on the on the Ouija board and on the spirit board, put my hand on it, kneel down, and I just concentrate. And I'm thinking, where are they? Where did they take them?
So let's talk mechanics real quick. So how does our Ouija board work?
This is my talk to me, make a strange check with advantage. For each strange rolled, one question can be asked and answered. Each question asked and responded to ticks up the doom clock.
Beautiful. So let's roll our strange with advantage to see how many questions we get to ask. Don't have to use all of them.
Advantage is another skill dice pool,
Another
right?
skill die, correct.
A skill die.
All right, you have four questions you can ask. So let's take the doom clock 1. And what is our first question?
The one question I'm asking is, at the moment, is where are the Churchills? Or where is Randolph Churchill?
So you feel the presence of somebody. Difficult to know who it is, but somehow they feel fresh, newly dead. And we see the letters, we see it move from letter to letter on your parchment, on your cloth. And it just says UNDER.
I look up. Did he ask anything else?
I mean, Onda could mean anything, but I mean, I assume the cellars in this house are pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we know they've got Winnie's hiding place, which is, of course, in the basement. And, you know, the makeshift lab and everything else. It'll take a long time to just search the basement on it.
Wow.
I don't know. I mean, you've seen part of it, but I mean, it's difficult to know, you know, how
Right.
intricate this is all down there. There's got to be a wine cellar at least, a root cellar at
Mhm.
least. It's very difficult to say if the footprint of the basement area is anything
Right.
like the footprint of any of these floors. You know,
Yeah.
you're talking, you know, anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 square foot.
Could I use, I mean, instead of, you know, by opening myself up even further, just saying, you know, show me. Instead of, you know, modifying, I've still got 3 questions left, but instead of using them as a single quest, as 3 questions.
Mm-hmm. That was a lot of successes.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
And we know you want her to use all of them.
Well,
Right?
I don't think I'm going to make you use all of them,
No.
but I do think we need this in combination with your other ability.
Yeah.
So I will take 2 ticks,
Yeah.
one for the question, one for the astral form. So
And this is me talking to the spirit,
yes,
which is now over that, and I'm just, you know, show me, share.
so this time you don't go catatonic because your level 4 ability allows you to do this while still being present in your body, which is interesting. So let's talk about what everybody else sees, and then I'll talk about what you see.
I think that Elisabetta kind of goes, her, you know, her hand was moving on the bowl and it spelled out under. And then you hear her kind of whisper under her breath, show me. And she goes entirely still. And it's like, you know, it's a very unnatural stillness. And it looks like she's not even breathing. And there's this kind of a, perhaps she actually goes kind of blurry, fuzzy.
Mm.
Like, you know, she's there, she's not there, she's there. And what they can't see is that, I've kind of stood up my astral form, and I'm looking at this spirit that has, and I imagine perhaps it's the guy who was dropped.
It's not.
It's not. Okay.
It's a woman. So as you stand up, you see her come to form in front of you. Nobody else does.
Yes.
And the way that she is standing, it looks like maybe her back is broken. She is just kind of tilted mid-spine. An attractive woman in her mid-30s. And you recognize her. It is Louisa Hawkins, the wife of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Both of them were guests here. I used were.
And I've just, in my astral form, I'm like, hands open, a bit similar as I did with Mary Ann, like, show me.
She takes your hand, and in a flash, and it's a very disorienting, you are in the cellar. And she walks you down a series of halls, all with, very rough stone masonry. And you go to a bookcase, and the bookcase has wines on their side. So it's like a wine rack, but tall. You walk through it with her to the other side. And on the other side is another hall, and there's probably 15, maybe 20 footmen and maids there, all standing in front of another door as she and you fade away and you come back.
And I think that when I come back upon this, there's just this huge spasm racks my body, because this is more than I've ever done, and I've been doing a lot, and I just kind of fall over, and for a moment I'm just twitching.
I immediately go over and try and help you, whatever needs doing. Not that
I just grab onto you, Harry, and when I see it's you, I'm holding you tight, and I say, I saw it there. I can show you, but they're all. It's in the there's lots of turns. It's in the basement, and they're all there, and they're standing outside. It's a lot of people.
Well, we need to go. If you need to rest, that's all right. But
no, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good. I'll be good. I'm kind of shaking slightly as I put away my crystal ball, and I fold my thing. I'm good. I'm good. I need to show you the way. I can't.
How many people?
I don't know, 10, 15. It was all the servants. They're standing outside a door. There's a wine rack or a case, and it's hidden behind that, and they're all standing outside this other door, and I think and Lord Churchill is behind that door. I think they're guarding it.
You said all the servants are there?
All the servants are standing outside the door, and so Lord Churchill is behind that door.
I think we have to go.
We are grossly outnumbered.
It doesn't matter. All the servants are there too. Was there anyone other than the servants, other than Churchill?
Well, you didn't see Churchill. You got a sense that Churchill was on
he's
the other
behind
side
the
of this
door.
door.
I couldn't. She couldn't show me further than where where they're all waiting outside the door, and behind the door. That's where Lord Churchill is. But she couldn't show me any further.
Well, whatever they're
I
waiting
wonder
to
why.
do, we don't want them to do it. So
I'm going to whisper to Charlotte, we need to recruit her to the order.
Oh, absolutely. Elizabeth is
Yes.
fantastic.
Can you arrange that later? That'd be great.
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks. Let's meet.
I like how there's like a draft. My
and
first
Harry's
pick,
pick
Elizabeth.
last.
So are we
Fair.
heading down to the wine cellar?
I certainly am.
Yes.
Yes, I'll follow Charlotte.
So the four of you work your way down. And
Do we stop
It's-
where Winston is first to check if he's all right?
No.
I would rather not call attention to them.
Yeah.
work your way through. Elizabeth somehow knows how to go, knows the left, the right, and you get to the wine cellar. There's a series of wine racks that go deep, like almost like 15 meters deep on walls on either racks on either side. But there's one rack that's somewhat separated from the others, and that's the one that Elizabeth walked through, and she knows that.
I kind of close my eyes and I see all these wine racks and I just close my eyes, and with my eyes closed, I walk and then I open them and I'm like, it's behind this one.
Dr. Charlotte, you notice scrapings on the floor where the wine rack is obviously pulled out or towards you, almost like a door. You can see where it has slid and scratched on the masonry below the floor. So this backs up the secret door theory.
Oh, that's Harry. Pull this open.
Okay, I do.
They're all behind there.
All right then. So what's behind it?
Oh,
Follow me?
okay.
Oh,
yeah, no,
yeah.
I definitely pull it open when requested.
So it takes a good bit of effort, Harry. I think even you might need Lady Rosalind's help. And does she offer it?
No, I'm gonna wait until I'm asked to help.
All right, so I'm kind of and just kind of look over to the three of them, certainly not looking at Lady Rosalind in particular.
Oh, I'm already trying to pull, but it's
Oh, I promise me helping isn't going to change the fact that this is an opening.
Oh, you are so cute. I'll reach out and help pull it down.
So you're able to pull this back, and there's a series of small sconces on either side of this hallway with candles, providing a decent amount of light. Hallway is about 30 feet deep to a pretty prominent wooden door at the end. But there are a combination of footmen and maids that are standing in the hall. Some of them are up the wall a little. And as soon as that door opens, they turn and look at the four of you with death stares. And they are still.
All right, so do they look like they're like awake and aware? Are they in some kind of trancey state?
Doesn't appear to be the case. They look very similar to what you faced in the nursery.
Okay.
And there's 14 of them.
Mm-hmm. I kind of look at them and I say, I don't know what you are now, but you were once people. And so I'd rather not kill all of you. You know that.
One of them hisses at you.
Mm-hmm. So you can stay and fight if you want, but I'm going through that door.
Can I step up next to Harry? And I'm just gonna try and... You should let us through. And just see if I can exert some sort of influence over this room. This dumb.
So let's talk about the goal here, Lady Rosalind. If you are successfully exert your will, what do you want their response to be?
I just want them to let the four of us across this room and through the other door.
Okay. So I'm going to need a heart check, and for each success, it will affect one of the 14.
Okay.
Does my input provide any assistance to that?
I think it does. I think we'll add, let's add a skill die.
Thank you.
Do you have any luck?
No, I used it to keep Charlotte in the basement.
And look at how well that worked. I'm in the basement.
We're still in the basement. There we go.
So
Used the luck.
Yeah, so that's the two closest to you, Lady Rosalind, start walking towards you, but not in a threatening way. And they keep eye contact with you the entire time. And instinctively, all of you, including Harry, know that they're not threatening in the way that they're walking towards you. And they just casually walk beyond you and just are looking to walk away. The scent of Blackwood on all of them is so strong, Lady Rosalind, as they walk past you. So we're down to 12.
All right.
Wait a moment. Have we thought about setting fire to this hallway?
It's stone.
We do
We
need
have
to get
not.
through it.
Well, yes, but there's about 12 in our way.
I mean, if you've got something that'll burn stone, be my guest.
Not stone, just the people, silly. We have some alcohol contents in here. I'm sure I can find fire. We just toss it in really quickly. See what happens.
Be my guest. And Harry kind of takes the rifle off of his shoulder.
But before we get into this,
Mhm.
I'm going to look around for the wine bottles, use my pack to try and set off like a probably ineffective Molotov cocktail.
Yeah, so the wine alcohol content of the wine is not going to be strong enough,
Low.
but there's going to be alcohol bottles of scotch and whiskey and
That's what I
whatnot
want.
down as part of the wine cellar as well. So you're able to find that.
Mhm.
So you can, build a couple of these.
And they're staunches, so
Yeah, and this is but few things. This is going to take time, which right, which I'm not discouraging you. I just want you to be aware of that. But yeah, you can put together enough to burn out this hallway. Now, it will likely also set the door on fire, which maybe is a good thing.
I will consult my monster hunting squad. This will take some time.
Time is the one thing we don't have.
I'm putting my hands up.
Mm-hmm.
There's 12 of them, 4, possibly 3 of us. Does anyone have a knife I can borrow?
I take out my fan and hand it to her.
Thank you. All right. Well, Harry, you have the gun.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot away.
And it's just kind of like, anyone else want to leave? No? And I will open fire.
Let's
'cause-
get started. All 4 of you will get to act first before these 12 can react. So, Harry, let's start with you. You aim the gun. These are monsters. You are going to get 2 shots.
Cool. First shot at whoever's in front.
Mm-hmm. That is 1 success thanks
Snuck
to
one
the
in.
talent die.
Mhm.
And let's see if they get a bleed.
No, this is the rifle.
Oh,
so I
this is
think
the
it's
hunting
just-
rifle.
It just
Not gonna-
ignores any armor which they would have, which I don't suspect they do.
They do not. All right, but it does 6 damage.
Okay.
You shoot one. One
Mhm.
of the footmen falls to the ground, but is getting back up again.
Okay. And then because you get what is it? An action, an interact, and a move.
Correct.
All right. So I'll use the interact to reload, and then I'll shoot another one.
Perfect. Second shot, same target or a second?
I think we need to start taking people down, although that one's not. Yeah, I'll shoot the same guy.
Same guy. He starts to stand back up again.
Mm-hmm.
And that is 3 successive.
Sit down.
Yeah, this one goes through his forehead, and he falls down, and his skin seems to age almost instantly, and become kind of a gray as he lies there. The rest are now scrambling towards the 4 of you.
Sure,
But
makes sense.
the other 3 do get actions.
This is where you guys cast Fireball, right?
Well, I tried, but it's going to take some time.
Well, and to be clear, I didn't want to discourage you from doing that, right? I just wanted you to know that it's going to take some time. So by all means, if we still want to be back there putting together Molotov cocktails, we can.
That is what I'm going to do with my turn. Because alternatively, I could just spray them with the alcohol, then set them on fire.
Okay, so we'll have Dr. Charlotte preparing that. Give me a quick smarts roll.
All right.
Elisa Beta would like to help.
Okay, let's add a skill die.
All right.
I was gonna do the same.
No, it's fine. I got this.
Wow, I felt for all those dice.
And you gave me 2 more ticks in that.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it through that door, you guys.
Oh, good.
The alcohol that you're finding just is not strong enough, Charlotte. You're just not able to make anything effective whatsoever. We have 3 ticks left on the clock. Lady Rosalind, you have an action before I get 11 of them.
And Emerson.
And Emerson.
I am going to plant myself between the oncoming horde and Charlotte. And if anything tries to move towards either one of us, I'm not making an aggressive action, but I will defend us if needed, which I feel is a very clear distinction that I need to make.
All right. So they are starting to scramble and get to the end of this hallway, close enough to all of you. Emerson can have an action.
Yes. Instead of attacking one of them, I tell Emerson to trap the floor, and he's going to take off his mask, spit the vomit on a space right in front of Harry. And it's still the same attack, but this attack can be used as a trap by placing it on a hex for someone to walk into. So one person walk into it, they'll take 1 damage.
Very nice. So he lifts his little mask up and just and you see the stone floor just start to as the acids is eating away at it. So I'm gonna go ahead and
So cute.
have our first one take 1 damage. Harry, you're first. From a target perspective.
So I guess my one question is this hallway wide enough for all of them to get to us?
No.
Okay.
It's really only going to be like about 6 that are
good.
going to be able to attack this round. So you should be absolutely
Only.
fine.
Just 6.
Yeah. So let's knock this out. These are all wit rolls. These are slashing attacks from their claws. These are 2 sharp. 1. Okay. So going to be 2 damage to you, Harry, and 1 luck check you'll need to take. This is 2 of 6.
That.
Nothing. 3 of 6. A lot of heart. He tried. 4 of 6. Oh boy. 5 of 6. Okay, that's another 2 damage. So it's a second bleed roll I'll need from you, and then 6 of 6. Okay, so that's gonna be a total of 6 damage, 3 luck rolls. Let's quickly do those luck rolls, and then I need some help narrating what we just saw.
Sure. All right. Well, this is almost certainly going to be super bad. I'm going to spend my. Can you spend luck on a luck roll?
You sure can.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do that on the first one, which I probably shouldn't have bothered, but it will. So that
Okay.
one's fine.
2 more left.
Yeah.
But you can bag the two. Oh no, you can.
No,
use,
I can't. All right. So that's a bleed 1.
Huh?
And okay. So bleed 2.
You are bleed 2. Health-wise, you've lost 6 total. What do
Yep.
you have left, Harry?
I have 9 left.
Okay, you all see him overwhelmed. You see these men and women just come on top of him, and you're seeing them slash at Harry. Harry's being pushed back into the room, and just is not able to fend them off, and they're just almost swarming him. These first 6. There's another 5 coming down the hallway to enter the room with you as well, but they're done. All 4 of you have actions.
Elisa Beta, but given how far we are on the doom clock, I want everybody's. But tied in is Elisa Beta wants to just yell "No, Harry," and she would like to make a very complicated illusion or try. She wants to make it seem as if she's Blackwood.
Oh boy!
Ooh.
That's the only thing, because she knows these are Blackwoods people. Is that leave him alone and let them pass.
All right, I need to hear the text of this ability again here.
This is illusionist, so it's each illusion ticks up the clock by 1 minute. If you want to make a more complex illusion, describe what you wish to do to the director, and they will determine a CR for your skill check. So this is, I want to make it appear, perhaps not me, but appear as if Blackwood's there and ordering them to leave him alone and let us pass.
I mean,
I think it has to be at least CR2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. So I'm going to take a tick. Puts us at 2 left.
And this is strange. I have a luck. I'm
All right.
using that.
You need 2 successes to pull this off. That amount of successes you got off of your talent die. They're swarming Harry. They're pouring out of the room, and they hear you say what?
I think they hear it. It nearly thunders through the hallway, and they hear Blackwood's, and he's standing, in front of the door behind them and saying, "Leave him alone. Let them pass."
And Harry's pushed to the ground by these bodies that have been piling on him, and they stand and they look stunned, but they're looking back down this hallway, and they can't stop themselves. They just turn around and start walking away in the same directions that the 2 that were influenced by Lady Rosalind do as well. Harry, you're on the ground. You're what is your status right now?
Well, I'm bleeding badly. I'm still just weakened. I'm almost to limping.
Okay.
And I would like to go last in case someone who is smarter than I am can stop me bleeding.
Okay. Okay.
I would like to at least patch you up. I don't have any more med kit.
We'll do just a straight smarts roll.
Okay.
And 1 success will get rid of bleed 2.
Nice.
Oh, thank
So
God.
drop the
Thank
bleed
you
2.
so
It does not heal him at all, but at least you've literally have stopped the bleed.
Yes, exactly. And I just, kind of as I'm pulling myself to my feet, I look over at Elizabeth, kind of shaken, and just kind of do the nod again, but it's not nearly as confident as the one from before.
And I just rushed to your side, and I'm looking at Charlotte. You need to heal him. You need to fix him.
That's it.
There's no time.
That's
He's fine. Right,
Kind
Harry?
of glare over at you. But
You want to
it's
tell
like,
me you're not fine?
I'm as fine as I'm going to be. And I start reloading and striding over to the door.
if you want to leave, now's the time. We can still survive this.
Harry doesn't even look back.
All right, Harry.
We can go, Charlotte.
Oh, don't worry. We're not going to die. Come.
Grace is propping Harry up, is helping him.
Is the door locked?
It is not.
Okay. I kind of glance back just to see who's here and who's not, and then I open the door.
Give me just a second. You open the door, and you see on the floor several people you recognize, including Lord Randolph, including our inspector. And in the back corner is Blackwood. Blood has stained the front of his white shirt. He's cradling and holding William Gladstone, another prominent member of Parliament at this time, and gorging on his neck. He stops as soon as you open the door and just casually drops the body to the floor. Blood all throughout his mustache and his small goatee. Just go. This has nothing to do with any of you.
Too late for that.
He is going to attempt total glamour on you, Harry. Once per doom quarter, we've only got this one left. Make an opposed strain check against the target's heart. If successful, you control the target's next turn.
Oh.
So he's going to attempt this on you. I'm going to roll his strange first. The number of successes you need to meet or beat with a heart check on your part. So that is now a CR3 heart check.
Well, that is what we in the business refer to as unlikely.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. Anything. Everyone in here is either a PC or noble, so there's no
No, you don't get any.
Encourage me. I get Neffin.
You get nothing.
All right.
You got this.
I don't got this.
Okay.
So Harry, he says this to you, and you are going to turn around and leave the room.
Okay.
Under his power, but for you, you don't get a sense that you are being controlled. So can you walk me through what could be going through Harry's mind, thanks to Mr. Blackwood, that would have you turn around and leave?
I think from Harry's perspective, he's thinking, all right, I see how powerful this guy is, and we've still got O'Brien and a couple, huntsmen, groundskeepers, and they've got guns. I'm going to go get some extra help.
The three of you see Harry turn around and start to walk away.
Do I know what just happened?
You definitely know exactly what just happened.
Oh, I'm so
Right.
confused. He was very gung-ho
Elisabetta
about
will
this.
just, she
We
looks at
should go
Harry a
with
bit
him.
surprised, but she is following him. It's like, okay.
I want to see, are the people on the ground dead or is he
They are
turning
not.
them?
They are not dead. They're all breathing.
Do they look like they've been bitten?
Some have not. Churchill's one who has not been bitten yet.
You should go with him, Charlotte.
I will. And are you coming? Are you staying to talk to
Of
Blackwood
course,
again?
I'm right behind you.
I will step out of the room and I might regret this. I'm going to attempt to make a Molotov again. I'm shutting the door. So I'm going to just throw it in and run if it works.
What are you doing, Lady Rosalind?
I just I'm going to look back at Blackwood and I'm just going to go,
And he
and
nods.
I'm going to step out.
So you step back out. Harry, you have now gone far enough, and suddenly you're like, well, wait a minute.
What the hell?
I've got guns.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a little confused, but you're back to you.
Okay.
He's lost his control over you. You turn around, you see the three ladies are there in the wine cellar. The door has been closed.
Are
At the
we
end of the
getting
hallway.
Winston? Are we getting out of here?
Bloody hell, he's in my head. And I am going to immediately turn around and run back to that door because this has just made it worse.
Wait, Harry, honestly, I think it'll be best if we just attempt to kill everyone
I'm
in that
not-
room.
Fine, but I'm not going to stand out here.
You die on your high horse if you want to. But you are better than that. You can fight better than that. After all, he just looked at you and you walked away. What are you really going to do?
I'm not going to bloody let him win. He's got half of Parliament in there.
Do you think he's going to lose if you die?
I think it's going to cost him.
Well, then shoot the people with the most influence, at least. It's true. We all know what's going to happen once he controls, honestly, mostly of the people in charge.
So, Craig, this is a bad time for me to say this,
Jesus
but I
Christ.
can't open Harry too.
Oh no!
No!
No, the worst timing ever.
I know, right?
No. Is wrong with Harry.
So many things right now. So many things are wrong with Harry.
Oh my god!
We were told to stop him. Keep him out of the way.
God, how I've got.
I can roll dice. We're too close to the end. I'm not going to.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because anyway, I'm trying to figure
Yeah.
what makes Harry's character sheet unique.
But
But yeah, we'll roll manually for you. You know how
Yeah,
much
yeah,
help
yeah.
you have. You know your abilities. But
Yeah. Oh my lord.
it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not great.
Any Hulu.
All
right.
So honestly, this conversation is going on with Charlotte, and Harry just kind of turns and looks at Elisabetta to see what's on her face.
Mm.
We need to do whatever's right, whatever you think is best. We'll
Being right will get you killed. Is it worth it?
Yes. And he opens the door.
Harry.
I'm
and
standing
Emily's
in
face
front of
joins
it.
him.
Okay. Then I take my silver knife out, and I'm saying, if you're going to make me do this, We're both going to regret it.
Harry, is your life really worth this? You can walk away from all of it and live to fight another day. You go up against Blackwood, and it is guaranteed that you will not survive.
So you're giving him
promise.
control of the bloody government? Who do you think's going
How
to
are you
stop him
going to
then?
stop? Oh, that's the point, Harry. No one can stop him. Not
Well, then
us.
This
Then I'm
no,
happy not to live in a world where he's in charge.
Harry.
Get
Will
out of my way.
I'll put my hands
will
up.
you leave the children with a thrall father if you die?
What do you think they'll have if he lives?
We can.
You think they're going to be any
handle.
better off?
We can handle them if they've turned.
Harry, politicians don't give a shit about us anyway. What they're doing in their circles, it does not affect our real lives. Does it matter?
I just kind of look back to Charlotte and say, get the kids out of here. You can all go if you want.
Harry, I'm not
going to
going
let this
to
go.
leave you, unfortunately, but I'm also not going to die over this.
Then go. I'm not asking you to follow me in there. I'm just
There
telling
you
you what I'm going to
go.
do.
So I'm trying to fix up a Molotov cocktail.
Charlotte, it'll be all right. We'll
No,
whatever happens, and I take Harry's hand. Whatever happens, it will be all right.
Elizabetha, you're the only one of us that can contact it did. Yes, this makes sense for you to be okay with.
If you two want to get yourselves killed, that's fine. I will not allow you to kill Charlotte or myself.
Then go.
Lady Charlotte,
I'm making a mistake.
Lady Charlotte, if you leave, I mean, are you still alive? Don't you want to be alive? This is the most alive I've ever felt. And you?
You gotta squander her brilliance, throwing it away after that man. Sacrifice.
We are all just temporary flames. I mean, let's enjoy what we can now.
We are not temporary things.
I am not going to go. I am not going to let us all just throw our lives away. If I am to die, and I know, Rosalind, that is difficult. If I am, I am
not
going to take all
dying.
of those.
Not today, not here. I refuse.
Fine. You don't get to make that choice for me.
You can have it your way, Harry. But I won't let you hurt us.
How long do you want to get out of here?
Oh, it Can I roll for a Molotov cocktail? That's getting thrown into the room. I'm going to use my luck. 2.
Yep. So 2 successes. This is not the hallway. So the effectiveness is going to be a little bit different. It will definitely do some damage, likely kill some of the members of parliament that are in that room. I don't know how much, if any, damage it will necessarily do to Blackwood.
Oh, I want this to be 100% understood. I'm killing all the humans.
Got it.
That's collectively in a pile.
Got it.
Yes, I can't kill him. Well, Harry, what I'm going to tell you is that why I may have a chance of surviving this, I'm going to throw this in here. I'm going to start setting it on fire on all of the people. And if you want to throw your life away and attack Blackwood, that's amazing for myself.
Harry just puts his hand on the doorknob and looks at you. All right, I open the door.
I'm going to telegraph a message, duck and cover.
Okay. So, are we throwing the Molotov cocktails in there, and Harry's going to then close the door?
Yes, I'm going to close the door, but I'm going to be on the other side of it.
Mhm.
On the inside or the outside?
Inside.
Right? Inside. Oh,
Mhm.
okay. I'm joining Harry.
No. Harry's very
Elizabeth?
deliberately trying to close the door before
No,
you get
no.
in.
No.
Elizabetha, get to the end of the hallway.
No. I'm staying with Harry. I've got Harry's hand. Where
I need
Harry
both
goes, I
hands
go.
for the gun.
God, now I gotta learn how to talk to.
I've got
bodies.
your second gun. I'm there. So,
Open the door.
All right. Harry just leans down and kisses Elizabeth on the forehead, and then he opens the door.
Toss them to the people that's closest to each other.
And then I'm going to grab you, Charlotte, and swing you behind me.
I step in the room behind Harry
Mhm.
and pull the door closed.
You're in a London hospital when you wake up. The three of you. Lady Rosalind is not there. There's a newspaper next to your bed, Harry. November 10th, 1888. It's been well over a week. The last thing you remember is the fire. The blindingly fast movements that are happening and blackness, as well as you, Elizabetha. Dr. Charlotte, you remember throwing this and then the door closing and then seeing Blackwood in front of you before you went black and dark. The paper next to you, Harry, the headline above the fold says the investigation is continuing into the accident at the Churchill estate. 4 prominent members of Parliament dead. The source of the fire has not been concluded, but Lord Churchill is participating fully in the investigation. Below the fold is a 5th Ripper murder that happened the day before on November 9th. Mary Jane Kelly's body was found dead, eviscerated the same way that the Ripper killer has done it. We cut to Lady Rosalind's apartment. Where do you think this is, Lady Rosalind? Expensive part of London? Do you stay? How ostentatious are you?
Quite, yes. I live in a very gaudy sort of place. Very old money sort of vibe. Very old money.
There's a knock, and your footman answers the door, then goes up several steps. You can hear it all, and a slight tapping on your bedroom door. Lady Rosalind, there's a letter.
I just hold my hand out.
Hands it to you, and I think we close with Lady Rosalind opening the envelope for an invitation to dinner from his Lord Blackwood for the night to follow.
I'll give a
Credits we have a lot
smile.
to talk about.
In the year of 1888, under a moonlit sky so late, Harry hunts the shadows where the monsters lie in wait. Elizabeth's crystal ball reveals the hidden truth. She sees the threads of fate in the echoes of her youth. Dr. Charlotte's mad machines, sparked by a lightning's kiss. In her lab of darkened dreams, she concocts her twisted bliss. Lady Rosalie in satin, with a mask of pure disguise, holds secrets in her gaze behind her emerald eyes. At the Churchill country estate, where the darkness whispers fate, a Halloween masquerade, where fears and masks cascade. In the Gothic halls they roam, far from Whitechapel's door. The hunters and the haunted, beneath the crimson moon. In the mansion's haunted halls, where the shadows come alive, the whispers of the Whitechapel murders keep the night deprived. Harry wields his silver blade in search of beasts unseen, while Elizabeth's visions dance in spectral silver sheen. Dr. Charlotte's laugh rings more through the midnight's chilling air. Her creations stir and shudder with a manic, deadly flare. Lady Rosalie glides through with a grace that chills the bone. In the gallery's eerie glow, they stand together, yet alone.
I love not knowing how things are going to go. I love not knowing how things are going to end. So purposefully, I was hoping to leave us open for a season 2. I think that we very clearly have Ripper murders still occurring. We now have concerns about the alive, unalive, somewhere in between status of members of parliament. We know Blackwood has made it clear to Lady Rosalind that there's a larger plan happening here. But he's never stated exactly what that is. So we don't know what that is. And I loved the estate, but I really, really would love to see the 4 of you hunting in London. So I don't know when or if, but I would really love for us to find the time. Might be 6 months, a year from now, I don't know, but I would love to see a season 2, see if we cannot figure out what Blackwood has happening here, and if we can't figure it out. But yeah, that was really cool. That was really, really cool. And I really liked the ending. I liked where we ended up as well. I was hoping not to lose any of you, and I didn't, which makes me happy.
Despite my best efforts.
Despite your best efforts. So very quickly for me, thoughts. I really enjoy this system. Love the Doom Clock. Love the feeling of the Doom Clock, how it really ramps up towards the end. Stars for me is that in 10 episodes, I feel like I know all 4 of these characters. I feel like I know their motivations, their connections with each other. I believed it all. But most importantly, and this is not a surprise considering the 4 of you as players, I believed every decision. Like every choice that each of you made for your characters in the moment just made sense to me. So the fidelity to your characters were the stars to me. All right. I think I'll start with Amy. We're not going to bother with wishes. Let's just do thoughts and stars.
Man, you just know how to put a table together, man. Like these were the players for this game at this time, and it's just fantastic. And I love the system is too straight up my street. You knew that, of course, which is why I was in this game. So fantastic. I love it. I can't wait to play it again. I want season 2. I want to run it at my own table. I want to play it again and again and again. Oh, my stars, Brian. Thank you for allowing me to argue with you and fight with you and be mean to you throughout this entire series, but especially today for letting us have an argument without it affecting outside the table. And that's great.
For
So
sure.
thank you guys. Thank you all of you for trusting me with a slightly jerky character. And I appreciate all of you. That's my star for it, man. I just want to do it again until I want it to be over. Be played.
Man, I'm free in 2 weeks. I don't know about you guys.
I am too. I am all the time.
Oh, next week I'm free.
Don't tell me that. I'm gonna be blowing you up all the games.
All right, Dika.
Oh my gosh, this was amazing. It really picked up for me from session 1 to even now with the ending. I'm very happy. I'm surprised none of us died. Very happy. There's a potential for a season 2, depending. Got a lot of stuff going on. But I'm absolutely. I love the system. I love the table. I love our GM. Craig always does an amazing job, as per usual.
Always.
My stars is that I feel like in this last episode, we all knew who our characters were, and we all played into it. Like, Rosalind she got set standards. Harry is going to die for what he believes in. Charlotte's honestly insane, goes with the wind. Like,
She's the
I'll be
mad and the
honest
mad
with
scientist.
that. Literally. Elizabetha is like, she brings that innocence in, but with a twist of like, naughty and nice.
I see dead people.
Nice with a twist of naughty. And I really love that this table is safe enough to have these like intense like arguments with one another. Life and death. It's like, I don't agree with this, and it's not that easy to veer me off my path.
Well, that makes me think too about kind of the very interesting moral choice that Lady Rosalind took here, because was she siding with Blackwood? Yeah, but it was because of her love of Charlotte, right?
She wasn't against Blackwood.
Yeah, I think Blackwood put Lady Rosalind in a very difficult spot, which is he knew and sensed how much she loves Charlotte and gave you a deal that I don't know if you could have said no to, right? And I really enjoyed how that played out and how all of you reacted to it, because it was very clear, I think, to the characters by this time that there was something that Lady Rosalind had done. And I really enjoyed watching each of you sort through that. That was really, really cool. And very interesting if we come back, what ends up happening. I'll be interested to know if Lady Rosalind becomes an NPC in season 2. Right? Who knows? I think before we do a season 2, I'm going to have a conversation with Amy about what happens at this dinner. And her and I kind of figure out together what that ends up being.
I don't
Amy
know
will come back, but whether Lady Rosalind does or not, I don't know.
I don't know if it's something you're going to want to share on the channel, but please record that for future archive purposes.
Okay.
We could play it. Just throwing that out there.
All right. Brian.
Yeah. So the first thing I said during the break was I apologize to the group for being such a, railroady fanatic. But I mean, Harry is a guy that, he knew at the end that he was doomed. And he and I are both frankly surprised that he lived through the thing. But basically, he is not the kind of guy who wants to live in a world where he backed down from something
Ah.
like this. I think if anybody could have talked him out of it, it would have been Elisabetta.
Yep.
But she had such unwavering confidence and belief in him, or at least pretended to, that that just, made him more committed at this point. For the viewers, there's we created bonds between all these characters at the beginning, and there is one, I don't want to get into the details if there's a possibility of a season 2, but Elisabetta and Harry had a very interesting one that we were just kind of starting to explore at the end there, and I really kind of want to see that evolve.
Me too.
As far as stars go, obviously everybody is fantastic as always. Those closing moments, the confrontation with Lady Rosalind, that's the kind of stuff I live for.
Yeah.
I think as an actual star, I probably have to give it to Naomi, just seeing kind of the transformation in Elisabetta, getting her hands bloody literally, and just, stepping in and being the, again, slightly fanatical in her own way. No, as long as we're together, we'll be all right. So I would totally be down for a season 2. I don't know how well Harry would cope if Lady Rosalind was there, but either way, it'll be fascinating to find out.
All right. Last but not least, Naomi.
Well, I think when we hit credits, everybody said season 2, so I am entirely on board with that. Thoughts, I think, on the system, I really love this system as well, and just the creativity that it allows you to have and to do and to use your abilities. And I really, really like that type of thing. And also you, Craig, letting us do that and setting boundaries when it's too much. But it's just, I really, really enjoy that. I think that we now have a better idea of what one of the things that was going on is Blackwood trying to supplant, or I don't know what, but I mean, why were there people guests being carried off? And there's still so much open and left to explore. So I think this was we could have all gone down, or at least 2 of us, in a blaze of glory. That would have also been good, but I think this is even better. Stars, just everything. I love the interaction between Charlotte and Lady Rosalind. Just, okay, no, stay put, we're staying here. And that just really, really loved that. Loved Charlotte's, okay, Molotov cocktails, and then, okay, no, well, we're just gonna take the politicians out of the room. Okay, I'm not gonna get myself killed, but let's kill as many of that, and then we'll leave. I thought that was just perfect. And
I did too.
Harry being so super badass. He took out the wolves, he took out the flying monster thing, and I just, I think that's the interaction with Harry, the possibility to explore the bond. And I think that's also, the final star for you, Craig, is I don't know if that's already in the system or that's something that you're, imposing in this, is I think that just the bonds that we create up front, and just, don't flesh them out too much, but just, the small details, it just gives you so much to work on and explore as the game progresses. I just think that's absolutely brilliant. So it was a wonderful ride.
I'm glad. Yeah, I think anything that I run more than a single session of, I think I'm just going to continue using these bonds, and kind of the method that I've been using, I'm going to stick with, which is, for 4 players, I create like 20 of them, right? And you just get to pick. And you get to pick 2. So if at a 4-player table you have 2 bonds, so there's going to be a 3rd player you don't have a bond with, which I think is interesting, but everybody's bonded together in kind of a circle. And I'm really glad that it gives you guys a little bit of meat on the bone to start chewing on right from go, which I think is cool. Mac has a really good question that I want to read out, and I want to get some discussed real quick. So Mac asks, is Lady Rosalind's love and protectiveness for Dr. Charlotte in any way affected by or attributed to her immortality, and the way her sentimentality would be warped by deathlessness? Amy?
So I really think like Rosalind is old, like old, and because she has dealt with so much, life and death and these little bright points of humanity that come in and out of her life, that after that hurts so many times, you learn to turn it down, if not completely off, so that when she does feel this instant pull towards someone like Charlotte, like Blackwood, that it almost obsesses her because people don't bring that sentimentality out in her. So it's almost worse when it does happen because it happens so infrequently.
Mm-hmm. You're so deadened
That-
after all of this
Yeah,
time that
yeah.
when someone
so
breaks
long,
through,
yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
I believe that. That's very, very
Yeah.
cool. All right, so next week, next Thursday, we've got second issue of Sentinels Comics
Yes.
RPG. You get a chance to see Dika. Boy, oh boy, we had fun with issue 1. We've got some amazing heroes and some really interesting challenges for these heroes. I cannot wait to finish our big fight and see what happens next there. So that's gonna be next Thursday, a week from today. You get to see myself, Brian, and Naomi with yet another episode of what is becoming quite the hit, is the Trail of Cthulhu Eternal Lies campaign. We're at episode 16 now. One of the things that I'm always fascinated with the longer running shows like Forbidden Lands and Trail of Cthulhu, so I'm interested to see what the drop off is, right? So there's always a big drop off from the first episode of anything to the second episode, which makes total sense, right? But what happens after that, I find interesting, is how many people, once they're hooked enough to watch the second episode, how many carry to the third, the fourth, to fifth. And two things that Forbidden Lands and Trail of Cthulhu have in common is the drop off is pretty much nothing by the time we get to like episode 3 of both of these series. And I think that's a huge compliment to the show and to the table that's doing it. So you do not want to miss it. If you've not been watching Trail of Cthulhu, then you have not been on the Third Floor Awards Discord, because everybody's talking about it all the freaking time. So I would recommend go.
Mostly because I won't shut up about it.
But I will see.
You won't shut up about it.
I will see 3 of you very soon. We do have a problem, which is Amy is now not in an actual play on the channel. So we got to figure out how we fix that as well.
Scandalous.
But I love you guys.
Thanks all.
Love
Meow.
y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Howdy, friends. Thank you for watching. All our content is archived and organized in playlists on the Third Floor Wars YouTube channel. Check it out. And if you could like, follow, subscribe, and even set your notifications to this channel on YouTube and Twitch, we'd appreciate it, and it'll make sure that you catch all of our content. I talk with creators, designers, and experts across the gaming landscape in every episode of our podcast, Tabletop Talk. Open up your favorite podcatcher and search for Tabletop Talk from Third Floor Wars. Support your creators. They make the content you love, and it's your support that makes it happen. If you want to help us, go to Third Floor Wars on patreon.com, and you can help us for as little as $1 a month. Thanks again. We'll see you next time. Take care.